Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Ali Asghar, founder of Digital Hive Solutions. Ali works with businesses to help them generate leads, improve their online presence, and build systems that turn digital activity into real growth. His work focuses on helping companies move beyond just being online and into building systems that actually convert and sell. Ali, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm very much excited to dive in and learn a little bit more about your journey. So, Ali, with all of my guests, I do actually like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind briefly taking me back to what it was you was doing before you started Digital Hive Solutions. And then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
Yeah, so it's been a crazy journey. When I was in university, so I started working with different startups. So I was passionate about working with different startups, and specifically, I was passionate about technology. So I started working with edtech technology. I started working with the healthcare technology, came up with different ideas, presented different ideas on different platforms while I was studying in university. So some of the ideas worked, some of the ideas were social startups. So there was not for profit, but they are benefiting the people right now at this time. Um, After graduating from university, there was a tragedy that happened with me. My father passed away, so I couldn't get a chance to focus on my startup journey and my startup passion. So I had to opt a job at that time. I did a job for like 3 years until one day me and my friend randomly met in a coffee shop, and he was craving for different ideas. He wanted to start different business. I also wanted to start different business back on my mind because I was not satisfied with my job. So we randomly started talking over the coffee, and he said like we should start something that keep us free from the financial stress, and that is beneficial for our families as well, for our children, for everyone. We started talking things like that. And then we came up with the idea of Digital Hive Solutions. We said like my background was from the digital marketing, specifically his background from the technology. So it was a perfect blend of marketing and technology. So we came up with this idea of Digital Hive Solutions, in which we have two segments. One is a marketing segment, and the other is a technology segment. So we are providing marketing services as well as software solutions for the people. And it's a perfect blend. If somebody needs a software solution, any business, let's say, needs a custom software solution, they need to scale that as well. They need to know how to sell that. So it's a perfect blend of both these things that we came up with.
Yeah, I love that. And firstly, obviously, thank you so much for sharing your journey and sorry for your loss early on. But it sounded like you always had the ambition to have your own startup and obviously be in that kind of tech agency
Yeah.
world. So I love the fact that you've obviously achieved that now looking back on that goal. And yeah, as you say, like marketing, especially in the digital marketing aspect, a lot of it relies on tech. So you've actually married two really cool like
Yeah.
houses together in one. And I do feel like they work in unison, much like the sales process does. Those three kind of powerhouses are what really drives that kind of company moving forward. So that's a really cool aspect. And the modern world, everything is forever changing with tech and marketing. And with the founders and the people that I speak to, it's one thing they tend to struggle with the most is staying on top of that and moving forward. I think you'll know that yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing here. There's a point where you stuck, where you don't know how to scale your business, and we had the similar, problem that we faced recently in our business, and we made a plan to to overcome that. The first thing is like in an agency-based business or in a service-oriented business, you tend to rely on the referrals a lot.
Yeah.
But referrals is like I would say, it's just a temporary thing. Once you stop getting referrals and you're done, you cannot scale. So you need to have a system, a proper system, a proper sales system, a proper SOPs for every department, for operations, for sales, for teams. Once you onboard a project, there should be a proper SOP that you're following.
Mhm.
And once you're delivering the project to the client, there should be a proper SOP that you're following. And in the sales department, which is a backbone of the agency-based business, is very important. There should be a proper professional sales team for that. There's, a team that is reaching out to the clients. There should be a team that is closing the client. So it's a complete full package that you need to have. And yeah, after realizing that, okay, now we are stuck and we are not getting any referrals that we were getting in the beginning. So we need to have a proper system. So we started making systems, we started making SOPs for each department,
Love
and
it.
we started implementing different technology as well. Like we started doing Google Ads, Meta Ads, LinkedIn reach outs, and we started reaching out to the clients on Upwork. So we started using technology since we are a technology company.
I
So
love
before
it.
that, we were relying on referrals.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that, things are in place now.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And as you say, it's kind of like it is that level when you are starting a business as well. You don't want to like spend too much on ad spend because you don't really know what's going. So it's good to test at the start. And I think referrals are a great way to do that. If you can build a little bit of an asset on referrals, adding on top of that is like throwing gasoline on the fire. So moving in the right direction. So let's dive into Digital Hive Solutions a little bit more, just so the listeners can have some context moving forward, Ali. So I know we've kind of had a little bit of glimpse about what you do, but generally, like, who would you say is your ideal client? Like, who is it that you very, very much love to work with the most? And then from there, how would you help them? And how would you support them through the agency?
Okay, my ideal client is not cheap. My ideal client is a premium client.
Okay.
A client who has a money, who has a
Okay.
budget, who has a vision, who wants to scale. That is my ideal client. And
Love it.
if the client is cheap, if client doesn't have a budget, the expectations is skyrocketed, even for
Yeah.
that client. So
Totally.
it's not I would say not a sustainable model for you if you rely on the cheap clients and if you're not getting the premium client. When the client is premium, the client doesn't have a budget issue. Um, they need a value. If you're giving them a value and if they have a budget, so I mean like a perfect blend. If the client doesn't have a budget, if so, I mean, but they're expecting most out of yourself. They're expecting
Yeah.
the huge value in $200, which is not possible. So, I mean, like, I would say it would be a halt in your growth.
Yes.
So, yeah, my ideal client is a premium client. Again, my ideal client is not cheap. My ideal client is the one who makes my life easy, and in return, I will make his life easy.
I love that. And is there any like particular sectors or even companies that you like to work in the most, or like the industry that would pretty much suit what you're doing over others?
Our primary industry is the restaurant industry, and
Oh,
since I
interesting.
mentioned that we are in the IT sector as well, so we're
Yeah.
building a restaurant management system in-house and the point of sale system for the restaurants.
Love it.
And that's our primary industry that we are focusing on. Our secondary industry is a home building and construction industry that we're working with. So construction industry is a huge industry. I mean, they have a roofing, they have a siding department, they have a concrete department, plumbing, HVAC. So everything is a part of the construction industry. So we're dealing with all.
Love it. I love the focus point. Even with restaurants, it's quite a nuance to be in, and it's very tricky to help them out that kind of aspect. So going in there with the tech, as you say, setting up the sales aspect for that, and even with IT and construction, all very great industries to be involved in. Now, Ali, I know you obviously do very much get in the trenches with your clients. Like, what is your style or your approach when you are working with these companies?
So my approach in terms of what, can you explain that again?
You like, do you get into the trenches with them? Like, how is it you help them? Like, what is it like to
Okay.
work with you?
Yeah. So let's say I'll take an example of the construction, my recent client in the construction industry. He reached out to me through the Google Ads. He saw my Google Ads and he reached out to me. He said like, okay, I have a construction company and I wanna, scale. I'm not getting any leads online. All of my leads are referral based. So I wanna, his exact words were, I wanna be overwhelmed with the leads.
I love
So
that.
I said, okay, let me dive into that. I started studying about his business. We did a competitive analysis, competitive research, what's going on in the Calgary market, in the construction area, how the competitors are working, what kind of ads they're running on Google. So we did a complete analysis of that in the beginning, and then we shared the report with the client and had a conversation with him. After
Amazing.
having a conversation, we give him the strategy, what kind of strategy we are focusing on in terms of your business, and what could be the budget that we'll be spending on Google Ads, and what are the expected leads that we are expecting out of this budget. So we made the expectation clear in the beginning. This is very important for the client to have an expectation. Okay, what I'm getting out after spending this? What would be my ROI? What would be my ROAS, which is a return on ad spend, which is a return on investment? Um, so after giving them a strategy, we started working on that, and I always underpromise and overdeliver.
Love it.
This is my strategy. And I told them that don't ask me for any sales in the first 3 months. And he got, guess what? He got 8 leads in first month. And he closed out of 8 leads, he closed $60,000 business in first month. And he called me like he said like, bro, you nailed it. You killed it. I mean, I told you in our first meeting that I want to be overwhelmed with the leads, and this is exactly what's happening with me. I don't have time. Sorry, I couldn't pay you on time because I was overwhelmed with a lot of calls. So that's our strategy, and that's something that is,
Beautiful.
that we are living on. To be
Yeah.
honest, if client calls me and says like, "Bro, you changed my life. You made my life easy. This is exactly what we want."
I love that. And I feel like obviously as a business owner, that's what you want to hear from your clients, how you can change them, that impact that you're looking for when you are helping them grow their companies and obviously with your expertise is a really cool aspect. And it sounds like it's a very custom approach. So you are like very much deep diving into their business, checking out the competition as well, see what nuances you can pick up, and then from there really building a solid strategy that they can follow and move
Yeah.
forward with obviously with your support on the back end, which is really cool.
Yeah, the issue that most of the businesses are having, that they're working with the teams are not accessible.
Yeah.
They struggle really hard to approach them. Sometimes, we have a different tools, right? These days we have a WhatsApp business, we have Slack, we can, make groups for the clients. We can be accessible for the clients if they are. For example, let's take an example of the restaurant owner who's been working for like 12 hours in a day, and he gets free 11 o'clock in the night, and he wakes up 10 o'clock and goes to the restaurant 11 a.m. in the morning. He doesn't have a time to talk to you. So you need to tailor your availability, and you need to be accessible for that client as well. Because that
Mm.
client is working really hard. You need to value that. And at the same time, he's earning money and he's giving you the money as well. So you need to, a bit flexible for those kind of clients as well. So that's our approach. So this is our, one of the USPs as well. So we are accessible for the clients.
Yeah, and very much meeting money right, and even vice versa. When the clients are dealing on their side of things, as you say, they're going to be reaching out to you, especially if it's a restaurant, at like maybe 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. So it's nice you can give them that flexibility to suit it and weigh it on their time as well. Now, I know you meant I do want to get into nuts and bolts a little bit of the business as well before we move on. And I know you mentioned before, obviously, a big part of what you do is running ads. So I'm very intrigued to find out how you go about acquiring your own customers. So, like in terms of channels or methods, like what is working well for you at the moment, Ali, as you move on from that referral system?
Okay, for the Digital Hive Solutions, we have a complete lead funnel that we are working on. The channels that we're using is first channel is the Google Ads. We are running ads on Google. We are
Yeah.
running ads on Meta. We have a social media presence. Um, we are running ads specifically for the lead generation. Recently, we started reaching out on LinkedIn as well, because LinkedIn is a major platform for getting the clients and to have a good network on the LinkedIn. So, other than that, we are working on Upwork as well. So these are some of the platforms that we're using. Along with that, we are doing email marketing as well. We are using HubSpot for that, for the email marketing campaigns. So we're doing customized, tailored mass emails, not AI generated emails, but very personalized, very customized emails for the clients. So that is another way of doing marketing. And our goal is very simple. We are doing cold calling as well, just so you know,
Mm,
because the construction industry is very much accessible, very much available on the cold calling. Instead of like on the LinkedIn, they are not have huge presence
exactly.
on the LinkedIn, so they are very much available on the cold calling. So it's for specifically for them. So we're doing cold calling. Our lead funnel is very simple. Our goal is to generate 100 leads in a month. 100 qualified, out of 100, our goal is to 20 qualified is to get 20 qualified leads. And
Okay.
out of 20, our goal is to close minimum 3 leads, 3 clients in a month. Each client has a minimum value of $3,000. So if we get $3,000 client, multiply three is going to be $9,000 MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, and in a year you hit like six figures with
Nice.
this approach. So this is our approach is very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And as you say, it's very systematic, but you're also being top of mind because you're getting people all over the place. As you say, I think Google ads and Meta ads, they bring a great consistency to any business. So it's great that you're utilizing that. Cold calling, I imagine, works very well for restaurants as well because you can literally, they're always going to be on the phone all day as well. And as you say, it's
Yeah.
more accessible way to reach people that aren't necessarily need to dive so much into that digital aspect. So it's a really cool approach. And then even emails, it's staying top of mind and moving forward. One thing I'm very curious to find out as well is obviously your like ultimate goals or ambitions for the company moving forward. So when you think of maybe like the next 6 to 12 months ahead, I know you've taken a big growth step already. Like, what are those targets or those milestones you're looking forward to achieving?
My vision is for the 1 year, and my partner's vision for the next 1 year is to become a seven-figure agency, and consistently getting $1 million revenue in a year. So we want to become a $1 million agency in a year. That's our goal for 2026, and we are on our way to achieve that very soon. We have some big commitments that we received from the big clients. Some of them are our past clients, some of them are our new clients. So we are, our roadmap is clear. So we are on our way to become a $1 million agency very soon. And yeah, one thing I missed in our marketing approach, which I want to share with the audience as well, which is SEO, which is very,
Yeah,
very important. If you don't have a SEO, I mean, like, you will be wasting your money on ads. So you need to spend some money, some budget on SEO and make it a lead engine. Make your website a
yeah,
lead engine, not just a source of traffic. So
yeah,
once you become a lead engine, once your website becomes a lead engine, you start getting leads without spending any money on Meta ads, on Google ads, on LinkedIn. So this is the smartest approach. It's a little long-term approach, but it's the smartest approach ever.
yeah. No, I like that as well. And even leaning into AI SEO is a big hot topic at the moment, So it's, as you say, just covering all bases and driving it straight to your landing page is a really great way to do so. That's like your shop window, I suppose, for online. So it's a really great approach. And just to touch on your goal, I think that's an awesome one. As you say, taking your time to get to that 1 mil, seven figures is a big achievement to have. So where are you probably finding the biggest challenge for yourself, Ali, in achieving that goal?
Right now, the challenge that we had, it was operating capital.
Okay.
We needed to, have a good capital in hand in the bank account to invest on our sales, to invest on where we are struggling with. So gladly, we recently got an investor who invested in our company on a very easy terms for us. And that problem is sorted out as well. So that was the biggest problem that we were recently struggling with, because we were looking for some capital injection, and we
Yeah.
got that. Now we have an investor on boarded with us, and he's an amazing person. He has, a good industry relationships. He's the owner of some of the energy companies here as well. So he was quite generous with us. It was our first round. He was an angel investor, so he was quite generous with his deal. And yeah, that problem is sorted out as well.
That's good to hear. And yeah, as you say, capital is a big thing when you are in that startup position. So it's nice you've got someone that trusts you and sees your vision as well, and obviously invested so a little bit of their money to help you kind of grow.
Yeah, we didn't need a capital for survival. We needed a capital for scaling.
Good growth.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you just need a
Either
push,
way.
a little push to scale.
Yeah,
At
exactly
the point
that.
where we
Either
start.
way, it's like those waves you have to hit. So just a little bit of influx at the time just gets you over that peak and then on to the next one. And Ali, we thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out best to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do so?
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Sorry, as your voice is a little broken. Sorry,
Oh, no
sorry.
worries. I said where can they reach out to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do
Oh,
so?
absolutely. LinkedIn is my baby. Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very much active on LinkedIn. Um I recently started working on LinkedIn. I got like 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. So I keep on sharing some useful content on LinkedIn. So I'll be super active recently. I will be super active now because I was stuck in one of the project delivery recently. But yeah, now I have some time, so I'll be super active. So you'll find me on LinkedIn easily.
Beautiful stuff. And Ali, thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate your time today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to go and check out Ali Asghar. Ali Asghar. Drop him a message.
Ali Asghar.
Asghar, sorry, Ali Asghar.
No worries.
It's too many names to remember. Ali Asghar. Drop him a message. I'm sure he'd love to hear from everybody. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts.
Absolutely.
And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from $0 to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing, and we will see you on the next one.